Hello, hello, good morning. This is your recording with your instructions for Tuesday, April 16th. Hopefully you are watching this during our normal class time of 8:30 to 10:30. The work that you'll have to complete during this 2-hour class time will not actually take you 2 hours, so you're welcome. Here's kind of what you are expected to do during this recording and then during our normal class time today. So I am going to be reviewing our topic of expressions. In this recording, I will do a few examples off of your study guide. You might want to fill out the study guide as we go, and I'll show you where to find that study guide in just a second. And then your actual assignment will be to complete the expressions domain test in USA Test Prep. And I'll go through the instructions on how to find that as well in case you don't remember from Monday's class. Here are your weird and wacky holidays. The reason that we have the glorious Starry Night painting by Vincent van Gogh in our background is because it's World Art Day. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's a good day to celebrate some of the most famous works of art that have been done throughout history. It's also Erasure Day, in case you're like me and you make a lot of mistakes, and Titanic Remembrance Day. So you can go watch a movie if you want to, too. We're going to go ahead and start by looking at the EOC review module that's in the OHS. That way you know exactly where to find the study guide and all of the instructions for what we are doing this week and next week. So here we are logged into our OHS. Remember, you should always be using the one that says Summit. That's where all of your stuff is located. And you need to go ahead and click on Content. That's the way that we get to everything. And the last thing that I accessed was the EOC review module, so mine jumped straight there. In case yours isn't jumping there, what you'll need to do is just scroll all the way down to where you see EOC review underneath instructional cycle 4. It's the very last thing that we're doing. We're in cycle 4 right now, and then EOC review is the very last module in our OHS. When you click on EOC review, you'll see a screen that looks like this. There's a description right here of what your assignment is overall. And then there's this lovely image of kind of your overview again of what you need to be doing. So your steps are here in this description box, and there is also an actual instructions sheet right here where it says instructions for USA Test Prep EOC review. We will look at that in just a second. I just want to show you what all of these documents are. So the second thing down that says Algebra 1 EOC Study Guide, that's the study guide that I keep referring to. I tried to file transfer it to you in class on Monday, but it was too large to work through Blackboard. So I put it here in our EOC review module. When you click on this study guide, the first 10 pages are going to be blank. They're like black and white pages for you to fill in if you want to print them and fill them in. No pressure if you don't have a working printer, you don't like printing things, that's fine too. I just wanted to show you that that is a study option. You do not necessarily have to turn this in or anything like that. It's just a place for you to organize your notes while you're studying for the EOC. Now, this particular document was created by a different teacher, so the unit numbers right here, like this says Unit 1, that does not necessarily match the Unit 1 that we did in this OHS. So just be aware that because this says Unit 1 doesn't mean that that's our Unit 1. It's just Unit 1 for whoever it was that made this amazing study guide. So teachers borrow and steal things all the time. This is one of those times. So you can see we've got all kinds of practice and examples broken down by topic in this study guide. If you jump all the way down to the bottom, the last 10 pages, you can see where you can tell it's been scanned in, it's all colored. This is the filled out key to the study guide. So while you're filling it out and practicing some of these problems, you're free to color it if that kind of helps you focus. Some people like to color. You can check the answer key, which is the last 10 pages of the study guide while you're working through the study guide. So again, you can print and use it if you want to. I'm not requiring you to do the entire study guide. Other teachers might, but I am not. I'm going to go back to the review module now that you know where to find the study guide. Again, the study guide is right here, and just show you what the other things are in this module. The third thing down is just a direct link to the USA Test Prep website so that you don't have to type it in if you don't really want to. I also have the instructions on how to log into USA Test Prep right here. So your account ID is GA Cyber, your username is your student ID, and then your password is your first name followed by the last 3 digits of your student ID. The next thing down is the Experience Online Testing link. This is a place where you can practice the EOC on the computer. It's not the actual questions, of course, and you can practice different subject areas, but it's just to get you used to what the computer version of the Milestones test looks like in case you've never taken it on the computer before. That way you can play around with where to find the calculator, where to find your highlighting tool, that kind of thing. It's just practice. It's not graded. This is just so that you can get familiar with the online testing format before you go to take your EOC. And then the very, very last thing, guys, is just an extra resource for you in case you want it. It's optional practice with EOC review questions. You can use these examples as practice questions to help you prepare. Each example has a hint or the entire solution through it so that you can kind of work through the different types of questions that are in this particular set of practice questions. This is just my set of practice questions from last year. It's what I used last school year. It's not a grade, just an extra resource in case you're looking for more problems to try. So this is the EOC review module in the OHS. I'm going to go ahead and open this first document that says Instructions for USA Test Prep EOC Review. These are the instructions that we followed in class on Monday when we took our very first domain test. I'm going to go through them now so that you know exactly what to do for this Tuesday, today's class, since we're not having a live CC. You need to log into usatestprep.com. You can click this link in the instructions document. Your instructions on how to do your account ID, username, and password are right here. When you get to the top of the page, you'll click the EOC drop-down menu and select Algebra 1. After that, you're going to find the correct domain test. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my windows real quick and just show you what this looks like in USA Test Prep. So I'm logged in as a fake student, sample student. And at the top of your page, it'll say Resources. You'll go to EOC, Algebra 1, and that's what you'll click. We already did this first domain test. This was Monday's assignment that we did in class. Hopefully you did that on time with everybody else. If you didn't finish it or you didn't take it, you do need to complete that before May 5th. The sooner the better, because that's how it gives you the right amount of practice that you need for each little topic. Today, for Tuesday, April 16th, we are going to work on the expressions section. So you're going to scroll down past equations. We're done with equations for the domain test. For today's class, you're going to do expressions, and you'll click Domain Test. Once you click Domain Test, you're going to need to choose the teacher. That would be me. They are in ABC order by last name, so you need to scroll down till you find the P for Powell. And it looks like I'm after Miss Tracy Peavy above Miss Lori Reed. So you'll find Chelsea Powell. There's only one class for you to choose under my name, and you'll hit Load Test. It's a 20-question test over just expressions. So you will go ahead and take the 1 through 20. You'll go through them, and then when you're completely done, you'll hit Grade My Test Now. If you need to save to complete later, that's fine if you need to take a break. Hopefully you can get through 20 questions and just hit Grade My Test Now. You'll go ahead and submit, and then it will show you what you missed. Obviously, I missed all of them because I didn't answer. When it says, do you want to retry your missed items, this is the only time it will ask you that. I would really like for you to retry the items that you missed. When you click on Retry Missed Items, it'll just give you the test again, but only the ones that you missed. And then you'll finish answering and correcting whatever you need to do, and then you can hit Grade My Test Now. And then it will kind of record your progress. And so now I can go through, it'll tell me which ones I missed. I missed all of them because I just didn't submit anything. But where it says Details View, It'll tell you why you got it wrong. It'll tell you exactly why. So all of this right here is your description of why it is incorrect. And then it will also mark the correct answer for you so that you can go back and work it out based off of the hint and the corrections that it's giving you. You can do that for every single question that you have missed. Once you're done with all of that, so you're going to be working on the expressions domain test, you can go back to EOC Algebra 1, and you should have some colored dots on this right-hand side of the screen. So you can see right here, that expressions test that I just pretended to take, it gave me some little progress dots on different topics. If you have time, go ahead and pick a dot. So I'm going to pick this first one right here, radical expressions. When you click on the dot, it'll give you videos, vocabulary, questions, and performance tasks that you can work on, and puzzles as well, to try to practice that skill and get your score a little bit higher. So you want to turn your pink dots to yellow, your yellow dots to green. You can even turn your green dots into stars, and that's going to mean that you have practiced these items. You need to have a total of 5 hours of practice before May 5th, so please make sure that you're using any spare time that you have wisely. I will be giving you class time to work on this, of course, but some of it will have to be done next week during EOG week when your teachers are out, but you still have class. Well, wait a second, Miss Powell. I thought you said we didn't have class during EOG week. Here's what I'm talking about. There will be a teacher. Her name is Miss Kelsey Viaman. She will not be testing during EOG week. That's next week, April 22nd through the 6th? But she is not testing, so she is super awesome. She's like, I want to help you guys. She's going to hold optional sessions, extra sessions next week in case you'd like some help. So you will see sessions popping up on your schedule Monday through Friday from 10:30 to 11:30. If you can't go, you can't go, but you shouldn't have any other sessions scheduled because all of your classes should be canceled next week, depending on your teacher, of course. You will be invited because we just want to see you do your absolute best. So it will be on your CC schedule. They will be marked as optional sessions. And then if you're like, hey, live class, it's not my jam, I'd rather just come ask some questions one-on-one, she will also be holding her open office Monday through Friday from 1:30 to 2:30. You will be invited, and you can just answer or ask and get your questions answered about EOC review. So she will be working with you guys if you choose to attend the week of end of grade tests. That's when I'll be out testing the elementary and middle school students. You still have school, but you might not have sessions depending on the teacher.